Hey folks, it's really smoky out here tonight. We got several fires burning around the region. Stay tuned, I'm going to give you an update on the fires that are closest to the homestead. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. As you can see, as smoke is being driven into our area, as you can see from this map that I downloaded from the internet, it shows wind direction and also shows different gases and smoke. Yeah, we can see the exact locations where fires are. I have several fires burning south of us, which is way outside of our area of concern, but it's still within the region. I have, there's a helicopter flying over right now with a bucket. They are actually staging down the road from us. There's like 3 or 4 helicopters staging down there, approximately 3 miles down the road from us. So they are servicing these local fires. So let's start with the closest fire that was about 1.5 miles from the homestead. That fire was called the Dry Creek Fire, and it was ignited by lightning 2 days ago. And it was like 1,000 feet behind the property line of Acorn Acres, a property I raised my kids on that we lived for about 30 years down there until we purchased Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. So that property sold, but there's a fire up there. They got crews on it right away. They managed to keep it within 1/10 of an acre. So that's good news. That was just a little puff of smoke coming out of the trees there, and they managed to get that fire out. So we're okay. That is the closest fire and the most concern for me. Now there's another complex of fires that are burning north of us. These are the images I got yesterday when I drove up there. And actually those fires are within a mile of this Fire Watch Tower. Yeah, I'll take you guys up there sometime. We're gonna go up and film an episode up there at the Fire Watch Tower and show you what it's like from up there and see the vantage points around the whole area, especially our little valley that we live in, and just see how remote we are. But that fire is actually a complex of 5 fires that were ignited by lightning strikes within a close proximity of each other. I have no stats on that fire, as you can see on this map. They didn't post anything. I just know that they have the helicopters pouring water on that fire from a nearby pond from one of my neighbor's properties. And so thank goodness there's a pond there. It's just like they're welcome to dip out of my pond too if they need to. I'll just put the garden hose in there and keep it full. And I did dig out in the middle so they can actually get their bucket in there and lift off. Just in case we have a fire nearby, we have a resource for them. And then there's several other ponds in the area that they can also resource from. I have a concern, and it's about my bees. With this thick smoke in the area, the bees might sense that their hive is in danger. And what a bee does is she'll go in and gorge herself on honey. They'll get the whole colony ready and get the queen ready for flight, and they will, what we call abscond. They'll evacuate the hive for purposes of survival. And they'll go out and fly a distance to an area where they can be safe, where they sense they can be safe from the fire. So I've lost hives in the past due to heavy smoke. As you can see right here, my hives, I don't know if it's because of the heat or the bees are nervous because of the smoke, but this is what they're doing right now, and I'm not too at peace with this. This is what my concern is. So there's nothing really I can do about it. If they do abscond, I just have to rebuild. If I choose to rebuild, if I lose all my bees, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with beekeeping. But if some hives stay behind, I can split those hives and regrow my apiary. But I'm not buying any more bees after this. I'm done. But I still have to get out here and harvest some honey. Stay tuned to that video. I'm going to harvest honey the right way. I got the right products, and we're going to do it where I'm not swarmed by bees this time. Just as a precautionary measure, I do have sprinklers out, and we're going to just dampen down things around outbuildings. I'm just preserving outbuildings. And then, as much as I hate to, I've got to clear out my blackberry patch here and just rely on another patch for blackberries that are away from my outbuildings. This one's too close to the chicken coop. If flames get in there and get into the tinder dry branches down inside of there. Yeah, so when I moved in here, these blackberry bushes weren't here. They came in after I moved in, but we're going to clear those out this year, and we're going to get the whole ranch completely fire safe as I can get it. So if you're interested, check out my videos on my efforts for fire suppression and fire mitigation. Yeah, those are helping me out a lot, and I'm helping other people, give them ideas for living in the wilderness. Now, even if you're living in an urban area, like last year, we had a year of fire that swept through towns, completely blackened and leveled 2 towns. It was horrible. It was horrific. We had two or three people that lost their lives in that fire. Or those fires, and they were caused by high winds and power lines. And then they combined with another fire that was caused by an idiot arsonist. So it was a combination of several things. Be safe. Please be safe. Carry a water, a shovel, and a fire extinguisher in your vehicle. You never know when you're going to come up on a roadside fire and have to use that. My neighbors are awesome. They are absolute warriors. They are carrying the fire extinguishers, they're carrying their shovels, they're carrying water, they're listening to the scanner, and if they hear a call out for a fire nearby, they're the first ones on the scene. They're going to knock that fire out because it's their neighborhood that is being on fire. And we had a round of arson fires on the evening of 4th of July, and the Jackson County Sheriff's Office is still investigating that. And there were witnesses and they had descriptions to the individual and the vehicle. Plus, there's video cameras on gates that caught the image of the vehicle. So they're going to nail it down and they're going to get that culprit. But with our community in tune with the scanner and where fires are, they jump in their vehicles, they race to the location, and they put the fire out immediately. My son, for instance, just recently on the 4th of July, traveled up the road a mile up from the homestead and saw a fire. He was the first one on the scene, called it in, and because he's a wildland firefighter, started putting it out, and within moments, because the 911 emergency, they put the message out. Those people listening to the scanners who were local heard the location, raced to the location, and he said within moments of calling it in, there were people flying in their vehicles from all directions with fire extinguishers and water and putting that fire out. By the time the fire department got there, the fire was pretty much under control. And so all the fire department had to do was mop up. And that was the case times 9 that this bastard, excuse me, my French, expletive, this rotten individual set 9 fires in close proximity to our homes. I hope they get him. I really do. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm with a fire update. Stay tuned to more videos. You can do that by subscribing and then clicking that bell icon that alerts you to new videos as I do upload them. Give us a thumbs up, like the show, click that share button. Sharing your video, my videos on your social media platforms helps introduce this media to others around you. Also, be safe, always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Right now, there's no concern as far as fire too close to the homestead. They're pretty much getting it out. Yes. Bye-bye now.